All right, so moving forward, all of our game scenes, so anything that we're actually intending to use to run in the game, title screen, the world map, the dojo, um, they all need to be configured uh, with some things in mind. So first of all, they don't need any of the managers, the player, any of that kind of stuff. All they need is to start with a game manager prefab. So that is a prefab. So if you just search up game manager, it'll be the one prefab. It's capital Game Manager. And what the game manager does is it starts up everything else. So it uses the UMA avatar thing. It makes the time manager, item manager, quest, canvas, player manager. It gets everything set up and ready to use. Then what allows the game manager to connect to the specific details of each individual level is this scene data. I haven't made it a prefab or anything, just copy it from anywhere. And the scene data is just an empty thing with the scene ID tag and the scene data script. So if you wanted to just literally make a default, you'd just create empty, I call it scene data, and then you just add the scene data script and give it scene ID. So what this scene data is basically a little cartridge that allows you to plug into the level when you start up. So the unique ID, you just anything. There's nothing that it checks for. It's just there in case you need to know. And then there's the level type. So currently I only have title and in-game, which are really all that matters. The title one sets it up so that the character in the game world doesn't start. It simply uses the camera that's in the scene and stuff like that to set the scene as it is, right? Then for the in-game levels, there's some extra stuff, but I'll get to that in just a second. So for the title thing, you can ignore the level. For already generated, you can just turn it on, because already generated just means don't shuffle any of the trees or do anything like that. Of course, you need a generator if it's off and stuff. You don't need nav mesh surfaces because it doesn't matter because you're not playing. So for a title, the only thing you really need is the cam force position, and it's just transform. I have this level stuff here, and literally all I did is I took the camera that is in the game. I have it off because it shouldn't be on, because it'll conflict with the stuff, but its transform is exactly in place to get the nice view. So all you do is you just go into the scene data. I have it here, the force camera shot there, and it just uses the values. It doesn't use the camera. This could be an empty transform or whatever. So what that allows us to do is that when you load a scene that has the title data, it treats it like a title scene. And if you go into, let's say, the dojo here, I'm not going to save that. Things are a little bit different, but as you can see, there's the game manager and the scene data. So this time with the scene data, it's set to in-game. And what that needs is a handful of other things. So first of all, the level. So here I have literally the whole level here inside of just one parent game object, which is turned off. So you can see it's all here. And so it needs to be turned off by default when you're ready to just let it be running, because what happens is the game manager starts, it plugs into the scene data, makes sure that everything is started, and then enables the level so that anything in the level, one of the issues I was having is the water reflection was looking for a camera, but until the player exists, there is no camera. So then it would error and everything would be an issue. So the steps are that it toggles it on when it's ready to handle the level. So then following that, there's the already generated, as I mentioned. So if you've generated with the biome generator tools a level that you like, you can toggle the already generated on, so then it won't regenerate the level, which should save load times when you're just popping into the game to test what you've done. So if I wanted to test the dojo, I can still run the dojo and the character exists. For some reason the dojo has a little error where you have to jump first. But the game works, everything's fine. If I click pause, no, that's not working. Yeah, so then it allows you to still play the game. So if I go out again and go in, the game loads. And everything's fine. So if I go back to the title screen, don't save, you can see how this works, how it expands our ability to work, in that I can go into the dojo from that startup, and as you can see I can move, and I can pause and everything works correctly. For some reason the dojo has some issues. And I can return to the title, and here I am back into the thing, and I can go into the start game, and it'll take a little bit longer to load. If you can see down here, there's a world map is loading little thing. It's doing it in the background, and once it loads, then it clunk shifts over pretty soon here. Almost there. There we go. And it all works. If I pause, the menu's there, I can jump, I can do all this stuff. So then what I can do is also return back to title, and it sends me back, which is kind of nice. And it's actually a glitch, or not a glitch, but just a not perfect function. But it actually works out great for us. If you go into the dojo, and I'll pick up, I want the great axe. And then I'm gonna go over here and grab this and this. Let's grab those. I can't do the pants, so I'm gonna go equip and equip. So I have the pants and the thing. I'm gonna go spawn the band, spawn the shirt. Let's get both of them. Nice. Equip that. Equip that. And then I can even, put the sword in my hand, the giant, huge, honking great axe. I can pause and go to title, and I can start game, and this is going to take forever again. Sorry, I'm not going to edit the load times out, because that's too much work for me. Now with this new system, it will load everything in, but once it's loaded, the character and stuff like that stays persistent. So now I can hop into the game level equipped with what I have, which is kind of a cool thing, because then it allows you to kind of Matrix style prep yourself and then go out into the world. And as far as I can tell, I haven't tested too much, but everything seems to work out fine. So with that, now, see here I am in the title scene. With this game manager scene data combination and then the disabled level, you can both navigate to a game and have it work, and let's see, with the world map, not populated world map, again you can see that the level's disabled. I have some other stuff, but that's fine. Game manager, scene data has all the stuff in it, and if I load from here, it should still populate everything and work as it did going into the title screen and coming out to the level. And if it doesn't, I'll fix it by the time this video is actually relevant, because I recorded it like twice, 3 times, and I think it's good enough. Here you are, the level loads, everything is what you changed it to be. The scene data was set to already generated, so it didn't generate grass or sticks or leaves or anything, so the world is barren, which is fine. And let's see if the pause works. The pause doesn't work, but that's okay, I'll figure that out. Anyways, so that's how that works, so the game doesn't crash when you load, and that's how we're going to have to set up all our scenes moving forward. I hope that helps.